What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be talking about some pitchers that I think will be available come trade deadline this season. A lot of teams are in need of relief pitching help right now, specifically my Angels, so this one does hit pretty close to home for me, but there's a lot of good relief pitchers available and a few good starters as well. So before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like on the video, help it reach as many baseball fans as possible, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like daily Major League Baseball content, and let me know down in the comment section below which of these pitchers you think your team's going to trade for, or if they will get traded at all. I kind of narrowed it down to pitchers who I really think will get moved this trade deadline, so hopefully I'm right about it, and hopefully all of them, every single relief pitcher goes straight to the Angels, because why would you go anywhere else? You got to help Mike Trout get to the postseason, am I right? Am I right? Anyways, let's get right into the video, start talking about our first pick, and that is none other than the sexiest mustache in all of baseball, belonging to Andrew Chafin, baby. Andrew Chafin. What is there to say about Andrew Chafin? A stud left-handed pitcher, currently for the Detroit Tigers, has bounced around a little bit, most recently with the Oakland A's last season. Some very good numbers as of late. Last season ended with a 1.83 ERA and a 2.98 FIP. Currently with a 2.51 ERA and a 1.95 FIP. So he is pitching very, very well in Detroit. And obviously Detroit, the worst offense in all of baseball, they are not going to be buyers at the deadline, so I assume they will be sellers. He is on a, I believe it's a one-year deal, a veteran MLB player, so he is an easy guy to move. Some of these younger guys on the Tigers who are pitching well are going to be a little bit harder to get a hold of because they are in pre-arbitration, which means they are going to be a lot more valuable because of the club control. Chafin is a veteran, so he'll be a little bit easier to move and a good left-handed relief pitcher, so a lot of teams will be looking for a guy like Chafin. He doesn't throw very hard, as you can see, but he does get the results that everybody wants. 15 1/3 pitch so far this season, 18 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.52 after his outing last night. So definitely a very solid relief pitching option for a lot of clubs that are going to want to pick him up. Now, which teams will be interested in Andrew Chafin? Let me just think. Literally all of them. Literally all of them. With the offensive free agents, if you saw my last video, you can kind of pinpoint which teams are going to be interested in which free agents, but when it comes to relief pitching, you can never have too much relief pitching. You've seen it with the Dodgers every year. Just when you think they have enough relief pitching, they trade for a guy like Craig Kimbrell, who hasn't been great this season, I might add, and relief pitching is very volatile. So no matter how good you think your bullpen looks, the Chicago White Sox are a perfect example of that. You never really know if these guys are going to last, so you got to go out and get as many good arms as you can. So none of these teams, I'm really going to project which team they go to. None of these pitchers, I should say. But overall, there are some very good relief pitching options. Now let's go over to Colorado for our next pick, and that is Daniel Bard. Now, Daniel Bard, bro, talk about dealing. Talk about shoving. Let me move my camera out of the way for this one. Dude has been an absolute monster. 97th percentile in fastball velocity, so he's a flame-throwing right-handed pitcher for the Colorado Rockies. And to put up these kind of numbers, especially with average exit velocity, hard hit rate and whatnot, and the fact that he misses barrels at a very high rate as well, the fact that you can put up these kind of numbers in ballpark like Coors Field is very, very, very impressive to me. I think Daniel Bard should be a very highly sought after trade target come this trade deadline. He's been phenomenal this season. He's striking people out like crazy. He's throwing hard. The only thing I could complain about with him is the high walk rate, high walk percentage. But you know who else has a high walk percentage and is an elite relief pitcher? Josh Hader. So, you know, you take what you can get with relief pitching. This guy is the kind of dude who can come in 9th inning, Game 7 of the World Series, shut him down in order, strike 3, strike 3, strike 3. Daniel Bard, man, absolute stud for the Colorado Rockies. Should be going to contender come this trade deadline. Next up, we've got the most popular pick, the guy who I think's been talked about the most this offseason, or this beginning of the season. That is David Bednar. David Bednar has been a lockdown closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates with not a whole lot of games to close, I will add. Bednar does throw pretty hard, 90th percentile of fastball velocity. The expected batting average is low. The weighted on base average is low. low. The expected ERA is low. He's getting batters to chase. He's striking out everybody he faces. 38 strikeouts in 28 innings pitched. That is elite. And he's just been an absolute stud. He doesn't even walk a lot of people. Literally everything he's been doing this season has been phenomenal, and I hope he gets traded to a contender and is a big role player on a postseason team this October, and hopefully he gets the bag this offseason, so that'll be very nice for him. He is actually only 27 years old, and I believe he still has a few years of control left as well, so he will have a pretty high price tag when it comes to trading for a guy like David Bednar, but that is very good for the Pittsburgh Pirates and their fans, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, a lot of teams would like to have him. I could see him to go into any team at the moment. Next up, we've got another Detroit Tiger. Now, he has not been very in control this season, as you can see by the 4% walk percentage, but Willy Peralta. Willy Peralta is a veteran. I think he was a former starting pitcher, if I'm correct. But this season, 25 1/3 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts in those innings, 1.42 ERA, 2-0 win-loss record. He's been very, very good for this Detroit Tigers team. Now, it is a little tough to judge pitchers who come from the Tigers. It's the same problem Andrew Chafin has, is because they play in the biggest ballpark in the MLB, one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in all of baseball. So it is a little bit hard. I believe their stats will be a little bit jumbled when it comes to that, a little bit better than they should be. But overall, I think Willy Peralta could be a good role player on a team that's looking for a little bit more relief pitching help, but still a guy I could definitely see getting moved during the trade deadline. Next up, we've got David Robertson, and like, can we just look at this? This is the Mike Trout of relief pitching, bro. Look at this. I looked up David Robertson's name because I knew he was like a veteran pitcher who could be moved at the trade deadline. I did not expect this. I don't know. David Robertson, formerly one of the best relief pitchers in baseball. I believe he used to play for the Yankees, played for the White Sox for a little bit, was with the Rays last year. I think he pitched in the Olympics last year, or 2 years ago, whenever the Olympics were. But hello? Dude has been one of the best relief pitchers in all of baseball this year. He's unhittable. 98th percentile in strikeout percentage, 95th percentile in whiff percentage. His fastball spin rate is through the roof. He is literally the human cheat code. He's using spider tack without using spider tack. He's missing barrels. They're not hitting the ball hard off of him. What more could you want? The only thing you could say is that same thing we've had with a couple of other relief pitchers we talked about. He does walk a few guys, but overall, the dude is phenomenal. He has been lights out this season, and I think he's going to be probably the most sought-after relief pitcher. Him and David Bednar should be the two most sought-after relief pitchers this season. This trade deadline, they're absolutely going to get moved. Those two guys I think are absolute locks. Take it to the bank, put your life savings on it. Those two relief pitchers will get moved. And then Daniel Bard is a sleeper in my opinion. You guys got to keep your eyes out for this dude. Definitely a guy I would want to be pitching for the Angels come September, and hopefully wishful thinking here, October. And then it would not be a pitching video without bringing up the top free agent in the class that everybody seems to want, Luis Castillo. He has been rumored in trades for the last 2 years now, and hopefully this trade deadline will be the time where he finally gets moved. He still has 1 year of club control left. He has a great strikeout stuff, but all of his numbers, just like we talked about with the Tigers pitchers' numbers, looking better because they play in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Luis Castillo, arguably, I think Great American Ballpark is more hitter-friendly than Coors Field. I would argue that Great American Ballpark is the most hitter-friendly park in all of baseball, and Luis Castillo pitching in there is a tough situation for him. So I think if he moves to a more pitcher-friendly ballpark, like let's say San Francisco, that could be very beneficial to him. So we'll see which team decides to make a move for him. A lot of teams need starting pitching right now as well as relief pitching. You can never have too many arms, especially with the shortened spring training this year. A lot of players are going on the injured list, whether that's for a week or for 2 years in the case of Andrew Kittredge on the Tampa Bay Rays. So we'll have to see what happens, but Luis Castillo, the only starting pitcher I could see getting moved at the moment. There really aren't a whole lot of good starters available. Maybe you could argue Jose Quintana, but we've seen what in the past the kind of pitcher he is. He has been pitching a lot better for the Pirates this year than he did for my Angels or for the Giants last year. But yeah, at the moment, Luis Castillo is the only starting pitcher I feel comfortable saying that I think will get traded this trade deadline. Now that is going to do it for us in this one. Let me know what you guys think of these relief pitchers and which teams you think they're going to go to. I honestly don't know. It's so hard to pick where these pitchers are going to end up because I could see literally any team that is around or over 500 trading for any number of these guys. I could see one team trading for 3 of these guys. I could see the Dodgers going out and getting all 4 or 5 of them. You really never know when it comes to relief pitching, so I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know down in the comment section what you think of my picks. Leave a like on the video, help it reach more baseball fans, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily MLB content. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Y'all have a great rest of your day.